Nerdigans. My name is Lindsay Cummings, and today I'm going to recommend hot summer reads for you. It is officially July. No, it's not. It's June. It is officially June, and that means summer is finally here. And if you live in Texas, that means it sucks. But what doesn't suck is the fact that for the first time in my entire life, I finally have a pool that I get to like lay in and float on a raft. I'm gonna recommend you guys unput-downable YA books that you can read by the pool. Before we get started, look at my little necklace. Little teeny tiny murdering meadow on my neck. It was the first fan gift that I ever got on tour like 2 years ago, and I love it. A little scary murderess. I have been an author for about 4 or 5 years now with HarperCollins. I used to be a book blogger before I got published, and now I realized I want to start doing YouTube videos. You're gonna see like writing tips, more writing tips, some positive stuff, maybe some vlogs on my life. And of course, finally, I'm gonna be doing lots of book hauls, book reviews, everything positive on this channel, remember, because we don't bash other authors. We don't bash other authors. The first one, of course, is Zenith by me and Sasha Alsberg. We co-wrote Zenith together, and it's basically, if you guys have not heard, it is part 1 in a serialized YA series. It is a space opera, basically, with a bunch of blood and glowing katana swords. Part 1 of Zenith is out in ebook only. I know, don't get mad. Our agents are about to put the book on submission to publishers. Buy a copy so you can read it now. Help us keep getting everyone all excited about Zenith, because we're excited about Zenith. And I got to write a book with one of my best friends. The first hot summer read that I have for you guys is The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Audier, which is like the most beautiful last name ever. This is the sequel to The Wrath and the Dawn, and I am like 20 pages from the end and I'm dying. It's amazing. It's basically a retelling of Arabian Nights, where this girl has to marry this murdering boy king who like kills all his brides by the morning. But this girl, she tells him stories until the sun rises and she manages to stay alive. And so this is book 2, the sequel, and I believe it's the last one, which kind of makes me want to cry and just hold it for a little while. Yes. The next one is AntiDarkened by Kiersten White. I actually just finished this. The cover came off and I cried. This is basically a retelling about some dude in the Ottoman Empire called Vlad the Impaler, like a super bloody guy that maybe Meadow from the Murder Complex would have hung out with. Basically, instead of Vlad being a dude, he's this chick named Lotta Lotta. And it's this incredible, like, historical, awesome, massive book about this girl, Lotta, who's like really bloodthirsty, and she's rising to the top, like trying to, and I think it's gonna be a trilogy. And there's so much history. Like, I knew nothing about the Ottoman Empire. Please tell me it's the Ottoman Empire. But now, like, I feel like I know a little bit more. There's a really incredible diverse cast of characters. It's amazing. The writing, this is like Kiersten White on an entirely new level. Like, if you're a fan of her other stuff, when you read this, you're gonna be like, wow. The next one is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetit. I can't say any of these people's names. Basically, this is, I think it's actually based on a true story. All these different people from different parts of life are on a boat together during World War II. It describes it as the single greatest tragedy in maritime history, and this book will like suck you dry and put all your tears into this photo of the sea and make them more salt to the sea. Do you see what I did there? It's incredible. She's incredible. I will never write a book this good. The next one is Smash and Grab by Amy Christine Parker, the author of Gated, and I have yet to read this, but it's a heist story about a girl and a dude doing heisty things, and it just looks like a super cute summer read, guys. It comes out in July. Grab it. I'm gonna read this like ASAP, probably by the pool. And I also kind of really want those heels, but maybe in boot format, because I don't do so well in heels. Actually, I have this nightmare where I'm at a book signing and I'm wearing heels and I like fall onto all of my fans, and then they tell me that they hate me. The next one is Firefight by Brandon Sanderson, and this is book 2 of the Steelheart series, because Steelheart is in a storage tote with the rest of my books, besides that little tiny bookshelf. It's really sad. but it's this amazing story basically about like super villains, which is really cool because usually you see stuff from like the hero's point of view, and so it's like these crazy guys with like these amazing powers, but the way that Brandon Sanderson writes, if you've read his Mistborn trilogy, is just absolutely beautiful. And if you have not read Steelheart yet, which is book 1, again this is book 2, please pick it up because I promise you it's just amazing. This is a series about vengeance and supery powers and like bad things, and Firefight is a really cool person from book 1. So check it out, it's a great series. Also giant books. Why do I read giant books? Next is Ivory Bone by Julie Esba, I don't know. This is a sweeping prehistoric fantasy debut with allusions to Pride and Prejudice. This book is really cool. I am not done with it yet, but I'm really loving it so far. Coolest part about this book is actually the very beginning, because it's written in like a POV where they're like talking to you as if it's actually like happening. Like, let me just read the first line. "The darkness in this cave is so complete, I can no longer see you, but I can smell your blood." I mean, yeah, guys. The last one is My Lady Jane, and this is by 3 lovely ladies, a trio of authoresses, Brody Ashton, Cynthia Hand, and Jody Meadows. I sat next to Jody Meadows at a book signing once, and she is the nicest lady ever, and I really liked Brody Ashton's Everneath series. I've not yet read anything by Cynthia Hand, but this is a hilarious book. It is inspired by the true story of Lady Jane Grey, who gets to become Queen of England, and my favorite part about this book is it's kind of like satire. Like, it's just so, it's so funny, and I'm pretty sure they had the most like hilarious time writing this together. There are so many like little bits and pieces of the author here. If you guys follow Jody Meadows on her Instagram, she has ferrets, and like there's a ferret right here. Like, there's just so much of these 3 ladies like personalities woven into the story, and it's so funny. The characters are great, the story is awesome. I think it's gonna be huge. That is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy these hot summer reads. My, I love you, God loves you, do not forget to love yourself.